I've been playing Skin Freak lately. Look at this. I'm all Halloween. I'm all prepared for Halloween. I got Halloween napkin. I've got Halloween straw in my coffee. It's fucking bent. That's what happens if you let it dress left for too long. And they've got like a vegan like peanut butter bar. Some bullshit like. Boom. Good morning, Evil. What's going on, mate? We're all set up. We're all ready to go. Okay, I think this movie doesn't need any introduction whatsoever. This is the classic George A. Romero Night of the Living Dead from 1968. What else can we say about this movie that hasn't already been said? It's despite its age, despite how old it is, I still think it holds up remarkably well. And I would also add that the remake by Tom Savini, who you may know as doing the gore effects and whatnot for Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead, and Friday the 13th, Part 4, final chapter, which has some of the best gore effects of all time, at least for 80s slasher movies. That version is well worth watching as well. And they just did for the first time ever, they released the unrated cut on 4K Blu-ray. So I've been trying to find that. I rewatched the 90s one a couple of days ago, and it's a phenomenal movie. I love the original, but I may like the remake a little bit more. But I'm sort of wanting to watch this to sort of go, no, the original's better. But here we go. One thing that you will notice about Night of the Living Dead, as far as like old movies are concerned, all of the transfers and the quality of them are really good simply because of how in demand the movie is. Like there are a plethora of old movies that we've watched that have terrible transfers because nobody gives a shit about them. But Night of the Living Dead will always have good versions because of how much people care about it. Can everyone hear and see the movie okay? Before it really gets into it? Alright, groovy. What an amazing way to start your day.
They ought to make the day the time changes, the first day of summer.
What?
Well, it's 8 o'clock and it's still light.
A lot of good the extra daylight does us. Now, we've still got a 3-hour drive back. We're not going to be home until after midnight.
Well, if it were about you, Johnny, you wouldn't do it.
You think I want to blow Sunday on a scene like this? You know, I figure we're either going to have to move Mother out here or move the grave into Pittsburgh.
She can't make a trip like this.
Oh, you know that she can't. Is there any of that candy left?
No.
Look at this thing. We still remember. I don't. You know, I don't even remember what the man looks like.
Johnny, it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes to put the wreath on the grave and 6 hours to drive back and forth. Mother wants to remember, so we trot 200 miles into the country and she stays at home.
Well, we're here, John, all right?
Well, yeah, this is the end of your day. Great way to start the end of your day, I suppose.
Ladies and
Hey,
gentlemen, we're coming back on the air after an interruption due to technical problems.
There's nothing wrong with the radio. Must have been the station.
Which row is it in?
Whoa, what's up with the captions?
Well, there's no one around.
Well, it's late. If you'd gotten up earlier.
Oh, look, I already lost an hour.
Yeah, it looks incredible.
I think you complain just to hear yourself talk. There it is.
I still want to do a version where I take the end of this movie and drag it into some of the scenes at near the start of Dawn of the Dead, because I reckon they'd go really well into one another.
I wonder what happened to the one from last year. Each year we spend good money on these things. We come out here and the one from last year's gone.
Well, the flowers die, and the caretaker or somebody takes them away.
Yeah, a little spit and polish. You can clean this up. Sell it next year. Wonder how many times we bought the same one.
Yeah, I did hear about that, Neb. Pretty shocking stuff, and then Twitch literally has done nothing about it. And Emmy's shown very clear evidence
Come on, Barb. Church was
that they were
this
lying.
morning,
It's pretty horrible, actually.
huh? Hey, I mean, praying's for church, huh? Come on.
I haven't seen you in church lately.
Well, there's not much sense in my going to church. Do you remember one time when we were small, we were out here? It was from right over there. I jumped out at you from behind the tree, and Grandpa got all excited, and he shook his fist at me, and he said, "Boys, you'll be damned to hell." Remember that? Right over there. Well, you used to really be scared here.
Johnny,
It's the tie.
You're still afraid.
stop it now. I mean it.
Would I go to a TwitchCon? If I got really big, I would consider it.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
This is iconic.
Stop it. You're acting like a child.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.
He'll hear you.
Here he comes now. I'm getting out of here.
Johnny.
I'd need a really big following. I'd want to go to America, but not for a TwitchCon.
Johnny! Help me!
Yeah. Yeah. Look, George A. Romero said that his reasoning for it being that the zombies being a tiny bit different here to the other movies is that they're so fresh. Like, this is the very beginning of the outbreak. So that was his reasoning. Like, it was like day one. And seeing as how he created like the Romero zombie, we give him the pass on that. We go, yeah, all right. Not more rage virus type. Just like that the rigor mortis properly hadn't set in yet. Like, if you compare these zombies to like 2 movies later, Day of the Dead, that's like years later, you know what I'm saying? So they've decayed more, they're much more slow and shambly, they've like jaws are coming off and things, whereas this is day one. No, that's Return of the Living Dead. They come back from the graves. This is, I'm pretty sure it's like later on in the, like, it says sort of later on in the movie from memory. It's like a comet passing by or something like that. That could just be me misremembering it though. What's the source of the zombies' reanimation? It's like nuclear. It's something to do with a comet, like a comet passing by, or nuclear. Something to do with like nuclear radiation or something. I've seen so many zombie movies that that like the source of it all sort of gets muddled into my head a little bit. You think I'm right? Yeah, I think so. But we'll see. They don't say anything about it in the 1990 remake though. You would have loved to play as Zombie Evil? Yeah, same here. I would have adored that. It's crazy because this is in the public domain. You can literally do whatever you want with it. So there's like Arrow and like Criterion have all done their like own 4K versions of it. Run it through AI for alternative angles. I will never use AI, brother. Oh my god. It would be interesting though.
Don't worry about him. I can handle him.
Probably be a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us.
The truck is out of gas.
This pump out here is locked. Is there a key? We can try to get out here if we can get some gas. Is there a key?
Yeah, don't get me started on Sora, brother. It's so disheartening to see what people are doing with it.
I suppose you've tried this.
Do you live here?
Jesus.
It's so haunting, this movie.
We've got to get out of here. We have to get where there's some other people. Maybe we better take some food. I'll see if I can find some food.
Have any of you guys seen the colorized version of this? Not the remake, but like the actual old movie
What's happening?
that's been colorized.
What's happening?
I've considered putting that on, but I just love the black and white version so much.
There are two of them out there. Have you seen any more around here? I can take care of those two.
I
Look,
don't
I know you're afraid, but we have
I don't know! I don't know! What's happening? Oh.
Missing gore sound effects. I don't know if that was a consideration in 1968, brother. You could always like do a version where you add more gore sound effects in, and it would be perfectly fine because it's in the public domain. Maybe that's what I should do. CGI part. The movie is already pretty gory for something from the 60s though. If you did that, it would sort of feel like Sin City, you know what I mean?
I know we're in here now.
They didn't want to do a second take of that.
Don't look at it.
Like, you can take the movie because it's in the public domain and film stuff all around it. Hang on. They did that with the 30th anniversary edition of Night of the Living Dead, where they added over 15 minutes of new footage, where it sort of like fills in the backstory about that first zombie that you see in the cemetery. I think it was Russo. Did Russo do it? Yeah, it was John Russo that did the new scenes. Who's the writer of the movie? Who also wrote Return of the Living Dead as well. But that version's obviously copyrighted. You can't show that one.
Why don't you see if you can find some wood, some boards, something there by the fireplace, something we can nail this place up. God damn. Look, I know you're afraid. I'm afraid too. But we have to try to board the house up together. Now, I'm going to board up the windows and the doors. Do you understand? We'll be all right here. We'll be all right here until someone comes to rescue us. But we'll have to work together. You'll have to help me. Now, I want you to go in and get some wood so I can board the place up. Do you understand? Okay? Okay?
It's actually crazy how well made this movie is. Like, it's a country house in like the 60s, you know what I mean? So it's I think that's a possibility. But it is a bit convenient.
nails. Pick out the biggest ones you can find. There, this room looks pretty secure. If we have to, we can run in here and board up the doors. Won't be long before those things be back pounding their way in here. They're afraid now. They're afraid of fire. I found that out. You know a place back down the road called Beekman's Diner? Anyhow, that's where I found that truck I have out there. There's a radio in the truck. I had jumped in to listen to it when a big gasoline truck came screaming right across the road with there must have been 10, 15 of those things chasing after it, grabbing and holding on. Now, I didn't see them at first. I could just see that the truck was moving in a funny way. Those things were catching up to it. The truck went right across the road. I slammed on my brakes to keep from hitting it myself. It went right through the guardrail. I guess the driver must have cut off the road into that gas station by Beekman's Diner. It went right through the billboard, ripped over a gas pump, and never stopped moving. By now, it's like a moving bonfire. Didn't know if the truck was going to explode or what. Still hear the man screaming.
Game easy,
Just backing
graphics
away.
hard.
I looked back at the diner to see if there was anyone there who could help me. It was when I noticed that the entire place had been encircled. There wasn't a sign of life left except by now there were no more screams. I realized that I was alone with 50 or 60 of those things, just standing there, staring at me. I started to drive. I just plowed right through them. They didn't move, they didn't run or just stood there staring at me. Just wanted to crush them. They scattered through the air like bugs.
We were riding in the cemetery, Johnny and me. Johnny. We came to put a wreath on my father's grave. Johnny, and he said, "Can I have some candy, Barbara?" We didn't have any. And, oh, it's hot in here. Hot. And he said, "Oh, it's late. Why did we start so late?" And I said, "Johnny, if you'd gotten up earlier, we wouldn't be late." Johnny asked me if I were afraid. And I said, "I'm not afraid, Johnny." And then this man started walking up the road. He came slowly, and Johnny kept teasing me and saying, He's coming to get you, Barbara. And I laughed at him and said, Johnny, stop it. And then Johnny ran away. And I went up to this man.
I don't think Resident Evil
to
3 came out on
apologize.
Nintendo 64,
Why don't you just
unfortunately.
keep
It may have.
calm?
And I looked up and I said, Goody. And he grabbed me. He grabbed me. And he ripped at me. He held me and he ripped at my clothes.
I think you should just calm down.
The world's ending. Just calm down.
Johnny, help me. Oh, help me. And he wouldn't let me go. He ripped. And then Johnny came and he ran and he fought this man. And I got so afraid. I ran. And Johnny didn't come. We have to wait for Johnny.
The acting in this is pretty good. Like a lot of these older movies that
We better go out and
the
get
acting
him.
is dated, but not in Night of the Living Dead.
We have to go out and get Johnny. He's out there. Please, don't you hear me? We've got to go out and get him. Please! We have got to go get Johnny! Please help me! Please!
Don't you know what's going on out there? This is no Sunday school picnic.
Don't you understand? My brother is alone!
Your brother is dead.
No! My brother is not dead! Oh. Oh. Oh.
It's like he's given her the Sean Connery treatment. I think she like more fainted because of the situation rather than he knocked her ass out, but I guess it's much of a muchness. Crazy to think that Dwayne Jones, that actor, is the first ever African American man that was cast in like a lead role in a horror movie.
This radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments. At this hour, we repeat, these are the facts as we know them. There is an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins. The murders are taking place in villages, cities, rural homes, and suburbs with no apparent pattern or reason for the slayings. It seems to be a sudden, general explosion of mass homicide. We have some descriptions of the assassins. Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary-looking people. Some say they appear to be in a kind of trance. Others describe them as being...
And they had him knock out the white girl. Yeah, different social mores back then, you know what I mean? Like,
So, at this point, there is no
regarding women and
way for us to
hysteria.
say who or what to look for and guard yourself against. Misshapen monsters. Reaction of law enforcement officials is one of complete bewilderment at this hour. So far, we have been unable to determine that any kind of organized investigation is yet underway.
That's not really how you start a
Sheriff's
fire,
deputies
but
and emergency ambulances are literally dead
I respect
with
it.
calls for help. The scene can best be described as mayhem. Mayors of Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Miami, along with the governors of several eastern and midwestern states, have indicated the National Guard may be mobilized at any moment, but that has not happened as yet. The only advice our reporters have been able to get from official sources is for private citizens to stay in their homes behind locked doors. Do not venture outside for any reason until the nature of this crisis has been determined and until we can advise what course of action to take. Keep listening to radio and TV for any special instructions as this crisis develops further.
also the music of the movie, like
Factory workers
the
are being urged
soundtrack,
to stay at their
incredible.
places of employment, not to make any attempt to get to their homes. However, in spite of this urging and warning, streets and highways are packed with frantic people trying to reach their families or apparently to flee just anywhere. We repeat, the safest course of action at this time is simply to stay where you are.
Bust out the theremin. Oh, mate, I love a theremin. I fucking love theremin.
Just received word that the president has called a meeting of his cabinet to deal with the sudden epidemic of murder which has seized the eastern third of this nation. The meeting is scheduled to convene within the hour. Members of the presidential cabinet will be joined by officials of the FBI and joint chiefs behind closed doors. The White House spokesman, in announcing this conference, says there will be an official announcement as soon as possible following that meeting. This is the latest dispatch just received in our newsroom. Latest word also from National Press Services in Washington, D.C. now tells us that the emergency presidential conference, which we've just mentioned, will include high-ranking scientists from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. That's the extent of this latest bulletin. Repeating, the President, members of his cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and scientists from NASA within the hour. All radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country, including the one to which you were listening, have joined their facilities in an emergency network to bring you this news as it develops. We urge you to stay tuned to radio and TV and to stay indoors at all costs. Late reports reaching this newsroom tell of frightened people seeking refuge in churches, schools, and government buildings, demanding shelter and protection from the wholesale murder which apparently is engulfing much of the nation. Law enforcement officials are at a loss to explain or even at this hour, even to theorize about the reasons for this. So far,
It turns out the zombies are just vented out no king's protesters. Fuck.
For God's sake, to get off the streets. Tell them to go home and lock their doors and windows up tight. We don't know what kind of murder-happy characters we have here. End quote. Chief of Camden, North Carolina. So far, the only descriptions of the
I'm sure you could do like a modern sort of zombie movie, like with allusions to that, you know what I mean?
Describe the murderers as ordinary-looking people, misshapen monsters, people who look like they're in a trance, and things that look like people but act like animals. Some eyewitnesses tell of seeing victims who look as though they had been torn apart. This whole ghastly
Horde of the
story
Fent.
began developing 2 days ago with the report of the slaying of a family of 7 in their rural home near Gulfport.
How American, you've just got the repeater just stashed in the cupboard like that. I would kill for a repeater. I've always wanted to own one.
Efforts to keep track of the murder reports by the placing of markers on a map seem to indicate a general spreading from the extreme southeastern United States to the north and west. Our newsman have been on the telephone talking with officials in other cities.
Like, look at that. That's
determined that none of this kind of harassment
so awesome.
been reported west of the Mississippi River, except in the extreme southeastern portion of Texas. Similar killings have been reported around the Houston and Galveston areas, but nothing like.
I found a gun and some bullets out there.
It was only late yesterday
Oh, and
when it
these.
first became clear we were facing some kind of national emergency. When first reports began filtering in, newsmen and law enforcement agencies were of the opinion
This
that
place is boarded up pretty solid now.
in nature. However, as these
We ought to be all right here for a while.
dramatically, it was soon apparent that
We have
this
the
was
gun and
more than the
bullets.
usual run of lawlessness.
Food and the radio.
Some began to suspect an obscure kind of conspiracy.
Sooner or later, someone
Says,
bound to come and get us out.
creatures from outer space. So again, we join with law enforcement agencies, urging you to seek shelter in a building. Lock doors and windows securely.
Hey, that's us. We're doing all right.
Cautious of any suspicious stranger. And keep tuned to your radio and television for survival instructions and further details of this continuing story.
Look, I don't know if you're hearing me,
Goes on in the absence of any law.
but I'm going upstairs now.
Creatures from outer space.
If anything should try to break in,
I was
here,
of the
can
era.
get from up there, and I'll be down to take care of it.
We repeat, this radio station.
Everything is all right for now. I'll be back to reinforce the windows and doors later. But you'll be all right for now, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dateline on this report is Cumberland, Maryland. Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers.
In the colorized version from memory, the zombies are green. Like they colored them green. And because this movie's in the public domain, if you want to tell a story around it,
Consistent
and
reports from witnesses to the effect that people who acted as though they were in a kind of trance were killing and eating their victims prompted authorities to examine the bodies of some of the victims. Medical authorities in Cumberland have concluded that in all cases, the killers are eating the flesh of the people they murdered. Repeating this latest bulletin just received moments ago from Cumberland, Maryland, civil defense authorities have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers. Medical examination of victims' bodies shows conclusively that the killers are eating the flesh of the people they kill. And so this incredible story becomes more ghastly with each report. It's difficult to imagine such a thing actually happening, but these are the reports we have been receiving and passing on to you, reports which have been verified as completely as is possible in this confused situation. It is happening, and it would appear that no one is safe from this wave of mass murder.
yeah, as I was saying, you could film scenes around this, you know what I mean? And then structure it with some of the news reports and stuff. It'd be really good.
A radio.
County, Pennsylvania, the Butler County Sheriff has verified that reports of murder victims being partially eaten by their slayers is true. No further details available at this time. However,
How long you guys been down there? I could use some help up here.
That's the cellar. It's the safest place.
You mean you didn't hear the racket we were making up here?
How were we supposed to know what was going on? Could have been those things for all we knew.
That girl was screaming. Sure, you must know what a girl's screaming sounds like. Those things don't make any noise. Anybody would know somebody ever needed help.
Look, it's kind of hard to hear what's going on from down there.
We thought we could hear screams, but for all we knew, that could have meant those things were in the house afterward.
And you wouldn't come up and help.
Well, if there were more of
The
it.
racket sounded like the place was being ripped apart. How were we supposed to know what was going on?
Now, wait a minute. You just got finished saying you couldn't hear from down there. Now you say it sounded like the place was being ripped apart. It would be nice if you get your story straight, man.
All right, now you tell me. I'm not going to take that kind of a chance when we got a safe place. We luck into a safe place, and you're telling us we got to risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, why don't we settle this?
Look, mister, we came up. Okay, we're here. Now I suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things find out we're in here.
They can't get in here.
Yeah, it looks terrible, man.
Yeah, most of it.
And they used AI to generate the scenery as well.
You're insane. The cellar's the safest place.
I'm telling you, they
There's
can't
no
get
texture
in
to
here.
it.
And I'm telling you, those things turned over our car. We were damn lucky to get away at all. Now you tell me those things can't get through this lousy pile of wood?
His wife and kids downstairs. The kids hurt.
Well, I still think we're better off up here.
Nintendo has fallen so far.
Mr. Cooper.
With all of us working, we could fix this place up in no time. We have everything we need up here.
We can take all that stuff downstairs with us. Man, you're really crazy, you know that? You got 1 million windows up here. All these windows, you're gonna make them strong enough to keep these things out, huh?
I told you those things don't have any strength. I smashed 3 of them and pushed another one out the door.
Did you hear me when I told you they turned over our car?
Oh, hell, any good 5 men can do that.
Amen,
That's my
brother.
point. Only there's not going to be 5 or even 10. There's going to be 20, 30.
Morning,
maybe
Matty.
100 of those things. And as soon as they know we're here, this place is going to be crawling with them.
Well, if there are that many, they'll probably get us wherever we are.
I'd still play like a Game Boy Advance or something like
The
that,
cellar, there's
but
only one door,
new
right?
new
Just one door,
Nintendo,
that's all
no.
we have to protect. Tom and I fixed it so it locks and boards from the inside. But up here, all these windows, why, we'd never know where they were going to hit us next.
You got a point, Mr. Cooper. But down in the cellar, there's no place to run to. I mean, if they did get in, there'd be no back exit. We'd be done for. We can get out of here if we have to. And we got windows to see what's going on outside. But down there with no windows, if a rescue party did come, we wouldn't even know it.
But the cellar is the strongest place.
The cellar is a death trap.
I don't know, Mr. Cooper. I think he's right. You know how many's out there?
I don't know. I think maybe 6 or 7.
Look, you two can do whatever you like. I'm going back down to the cellar, and you better decide. Because I'm going to board up that door, and I'm not going to unlock it again no matter what happens.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Cooper.
No, I'm not going to wait. I've made my decision, now you make yours.
Now, wait a minute. Let's think about this. We can make it to the cellar if we have to. And if we do decide to stay down there, we'll need some things from up here. So let's at least consider this a while.
If you box yourself in the cellar and those things get in the house, you've had it. At least up here you have a fighting chance.
Yeah, it looks like about 8 or 10 out there now.
There's more than there were. There are a lot out back, too.
So far, best advice there is.
See, that's pretty gory for the time, like hacking their fingers off. You've got to remember, like, contextually, this is from 1968, like, and look, bullet wounds.
Harry?
It's all right.
Harry, what's happening?
It's all right.
Hello.
We gotta fix these boards.
You're crazy. Those things are going to be in every window and door in this place. We've got to get down into the cellar.
Go down in your damn cellar. Get out of here!
Tell the people, for God's sake, to get
I'm taking the girl with me.
You leave her here. Keep your hands off her.
They're not all
Everything
naked,
else that's up
just
here,
that
too.
one.
Because if I stay
And one
up
of them
here,
wasn't wearing a
I'm fighting
shirt.
for everything up here, and the radio and the food is part of what I'm fighting for. Now, if you're going down the cellar, get.
The man's insane. He's insane. We've got to have food down there. We've got a right.
This is your house.
We've got a right.
You going down there with him?
Well,
Yes or no? This is your last chance. No beating around the bush.
Listen, I got a kid down there. She can't possibly. I couldn't bring her up here. She can't possibly take all the racket and those things smashing through the windows.
Well, you're her father. If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow you. It is tough for the kid that her old man is so stupid. Now, you get the hell down in the cellar. You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
Bastards. You know, I won't open this door again. I mean it.
Mr. Cooper, with your help, we could...
With my help.
Let him go, man. His mind is made up. Just let him go.
Wait a minute. Judy, come on up here, honey.
COD zombie strategy or Left 4 Dead.
You're gonna let them get hurt too, huh?
It's all right, honey. Go ahead.
How about Dead Rising?
If we stick together, man, we can fix it up real good. There's lots of places we can run to up here. Mr. Cooper,
They're boarding it
we'd
all
all be a
up.
lot better off if all three of us were working together.
Hey. Hey, kid.
Full on Dead Rising the situation.
What's wrong, you know?
Just craft a massive
Boxing
weapon.
myself in down there.
This radio station will remain on the air day and night.
I don't even think he properly lit that cigarette.
Well, we're safe now. It's boarded up tight.
What about Tom and Judy?
They want to stay up there, let them. There are two other people upstairs, a man and a girl.
We heard you screaming.
Yeah, but I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't about to take any unnecessary chances.
Of course not, Harry.
7 days to die. Just build blocks around the base. Cubes. Cube it up.
Is she all right?
I don't know what it is. She feels warm.
Cube
Maybe
up that
shock.
motherfucker.
Where'd you get the bandage?
Some laundry in a basket. I tore a sheet.
Let them stay upstairs.
I want a spike mode around my fucking house.
Too many ways those monsters can get in up there.
Raise the portcullis!
We'll see who's right. We'll see when they come begging me to let them in down here.
That's important, isn't it?
What?
To be right, everybody else to be wrong.
What do you mean by that?
Does anyone up there know why we're being attacked?
Whatever it is, it isn't just happening here. It's some kind of mass murder. It's going on everywhere. The radio said to stay inside.
Radio?
Radio upstairs. I heard a news bulletin.
There's a radio upstairs and you boarded us in down here?
I know what I'm doing.
What did it say?
Nothing.
What an
Nothing.
amazing game.
They don't know anything yet. There's mass murder everywhere, and people are supposed to look for a safe place to hide.
Take the boards off that door.
We are staying down here, Helen.
Harry, that radio is at least some kind of communication. If the authorities know what's happening, well, they'll send people for us to tell us what to do. How are we going to know what's going on if we lock ourselves in this dungeon? We may not enjoy living together, but dying together isn't going to solve anything. Those people aren't our enemies.
Mr. Cooper! Mr. Cooper, Ben found a television set upstairs.
Let's go up. Tom?
Yeah.
If Judy would come downstairs for a few minutes, Harry and I could come upstairs.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, yeah, right away.
Although I haven't played in the last couple of updates though, so maybe they fixed it.
Nothing's going to get done with them down there and us up here. Do this for me.
Okay, open up.
I'll take good care of her, Helen.
What if a zombie was a vegan before they turned, so they just refused to be a zombie?
Go upstairs now.
Yeah, vegan zombie. Going out to the pumpkin patch, picking all the broccoli, just eating cucumbers straight off the vine.
Her brother was killed.
Hey, give me a hand with this thing.
I gotta go help Ben with the television.
The zombie would instead just tell everyone how they're vegan instead, like the meme. Yeah, I'm not eating meat. I'm vegan. No flesh for me, thank you. I wrote about that last night. Like, that's what everybody thinks of vegans nowadays, but it wasn't like that 10 years ago, you know what I mean? Like, the worst thing that ever happened to veganism was, like, how it became appropriated by heartless, soulless corporations.
I'm Helen Cooper, Harry's wife.
This place is ridiculous. Look at this. There's a million weak spots up here. Give me one of those.
That shit is ass. Anything that processed cannot be good for you.
Her brother was killed.
Vegan or not. Vegan or otherwise.
And they talk about these windows. I can't see a damn thing. There could be 15 million of those things out there. That's how much good these windows are.
Why don't you do something to help somebody?
It's done, man. It's absolutely tanked. I saw how much the stock prices dropped. It
Drag a couple of those chairs together.
used to be like $237 a stock, and now it's like $1 a stock.
You better watch this and try to understand what's going on. I don't want anyone's life on my hands.
Is there anything I can do to
I don't want to hear any more from you, mister. If you stay up here, you take orders from me. And that includes leaving the girl alone.
It's on, it's on.
There's no sound. Play with the rabbit ears.
Hit reports, incredible as they seem, are not the results of mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. What do they think? We're imagining all this?
Shut up!
In all parts of the country. The wave of murder which is sweeping the eastern third of the nation is being committed by creatures who feast upon the flesh of their victims. First eyewitness accounts of this grisly development came from people who were understandably frightened and almost incoherent. Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted. And medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured. I think we have some late word of just arriving, and I'll interrupt to bring this to you. This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder.
It's a great name for a grindcore band.
Investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact. When this emergency first began, radio and television was advising people to stay inside, behind locked doors for safety. Well, that situation has now changed. We're able to report a definite course of action for you. Civil defense machinery has been organized to provide rescue stations with food, shelter, medical treatment, and protection by armed National Guardsmen. Stay tuned to the broadcasting stations in your local area for this list of rescue stations. This list will be repeated throughout our news coverage. Look for the name of the rescue station nearest you and make your way to that location as soon as possible.
So we have that truck. If we can get some gas, we can get out of here.
There's a pump out by the shed.
I know that's why I pulled in here, but it's locked.
Meeting called this afternoon by the President. Since convening this conference of the Presidential Cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the CIA has not produced any public information. Why are space experts being consulted about an Earth-bound emergency? So far, all the betting on the answer to that question centers on the recent Explorer satellite shot to Venus. That satellite, you'll recall, started back to Earth, but never got here. That's the space vehicle which orbited Venus and then was purposely destroyed by NASA when scientists discovered it was carrying a mysterious high-level radiation with it. Could that radiation be somehow responsible for the wholesale murders we're now suffering? Newsman Don Quinn in Washington.
It was radiation.
It's obvious our best move is to try to get out of here.
How are you going to get over to that pump?
Fucking Musk has done it again.
You're coming from a meeting regarding the explosion of the Venus probe, is that right?
Yes, that was the subject of the meeting.
You feel there is a connection between this and the phenomenon?
There's a definite connection.
That was a cool video, to be fair.
In other words, you feel that the radiation on the Venus probe is enough to cause these mutations?
There was a very high degree of radiation.
Well, just a minute. I'm not sure that that's certain at all. I don't think that has been irrefutably
that we have at this time.
In other words, it is the
A
military...
worthy trade-off, honestly.
Radiation is not the cause of the mutation.
I can't speak for the entire military at this time, gentlemen. I must disagree with these gentlemen presently until this is irrefutably proved.
Everything is being done that can be done.
We'll have to hurry for our next meeting.
Professor, you feel that there is a definite connection between them.
Definite connection as far as Dr. Keller and myself.
Doctor, please. I thought we decided that is not proved yet.
Was the satellite, when the satellite was exploded?
Unusual amount of radiation, enough to cause mutation under certain circumstances.
Could have happened.
Have a bearing on it.
It does seem to have a bearing.
Will there be a reply for the
Later?
Yes.
There will be a reply.
Yes.
Later this afternoon. There will be a report this afternoon.
Well, perhaps there will
Yes,
be a report,
yes.
a more
Later.
full report. Will you close the window?
We are doing everything possible to solve the problem.
The crazy thing is, I don't remember this exact part of the movie.
Some further explanation of this.
We've heard all we need to know. We have to try to get out of here.
He said the rescue stations have doctors and medical supplies. If we could get Karen there, we could get help for her.
No, it's one of the world's foremost authorities on space science and technology.
Willard. I saw a sign that said Willard.
Any moment.
It's only about 17 miles from here.
You know this area. You from around here?
Judy and I are both from around here. We were on our way up to the lake to go swimming. And Judy had a radio, and we heard the first reports about this. So we knew the old house was here, and we came in and found the lady upstairs dead. Then these other people came. We went down into the basement and put a bar across the door, and it is pretty strong.
How could we possibly get away from here? We've got a sick child, 2 women, 1 woman out of her head, 3 men, and the place is surrounded with these things.
I live near an area called the Latrobe Valley.
Your entire staff, I know, has been working very hard to find some solution to these.
What if there was an alternative version of Infinity War? Where Thanos snaps his fingers and half of everything accidentally becomes undead.
First, let me stress the
Wasn't there a Marvel what if about that?
attention for anyone who's been injured in any way. We don't know yet what complications might result from such injuries.
How bad has your kid been hurt?
Good advice, Doctor. Now, how about the basic implications? Well,
Look, you go down there and tell Judy? Yeah, you tell Judy to come up here and you stay with the kid, all right?
Action taken with regard to the Venus probe. In the cold room at the university, we had a cadaver from which all 4 limbs had been amputated. Sometime early this morning, it opened its eyes and began to move its trunk. It was dead, but it opened its eyes and tried to move.
They want you upstairs. Did she ask for me?
She hasn't said anything.
I don't understand. Baby. It's Mommy.
I heard. I'll come back down as soon as I find out what they want.
Thank you, Judy.
The body should be disposed of at once, preferably by cremation.
well, how long after death, then, does the body become reactivated?
It's only a matter of minutes.
Minutes? Well, that doesn't give people time to make any arrangements.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't give them time to make funeral arrangements. The bodies must be carried to the street and burned. They must be burned immediately. Soak them with gasoline and burn them. The bereaved will have to forego the dubious comforts that a funeral service will give. They're just dead flesh and dangerous.
I see.
Judy, I need you to find some bed spreads or sheets to tear up into small strips, okay? Is there a fruit cellar here?
Yes.
We need some bottles or jars to make Molotov cocktails and hold them out while we try to escape.
Hey, there's a big can of kerosene down there.
I'll see what I can find.
I'll look for the bottles.
There's a big key ring down there. There may be a key to the gas pump on it.
I'll check.
We can toss the cocktails from a window upstairs. Meantime, a couple of us can go out and try to get the gas and come back for the rest of the people.
But that'll leave the door open someplace.
Yeah, that's right. It better be this door. It's closer to the truck. Before we go out, we'll put some supplies behind the cellar door. While we're gone, the rest of you can hold up in there.
I found some fruit jars in the cellar. And there's a key on here that's labeled for the gas pump out back.
I'm not really that used to the truck. I found it abandoned.
I can handle the truck, no sweat.
You're it, then. You and I'll go. We'll put whatever lumber we find behind the cellar door. You can go upstairs and toss the cocktails from a window. Tom, you and I will have to unboard this door. After you toss the cocktails, you hustle back down here and lock this door. It's no good to board it up because we'll have to get back in quickly. After we get the gas and get back into the house, then we'll worry about getting everybody into the truck. All right, let's move it.
Place to flee safely, except to the rescue station which has been set up. emergency is over, we will need many, many more such rescue stations.
You always have a smile for me. How can you smile like that all the time? How many do you have done? Come on, honey, we gotta move.
Tom, are you sure about the phone?
The phone is dead out. All you get is a recorded message.
If I could only call the folks. They're going to be so worried about us.
Everything will be all right. As soon as we get to Willard, we'll call them. They might even be there.
I know. Tom, are you sure we're doing the right thing, Tom?
What, about getting out of here?
Yeah.
Well, the television said that's the right thing to do. We've got to get to a rescue station.
I don't know.
Come on, honey, you're starting to sound like Mr. Cooper now.
But why do you have to go out there?
Look, I know how to handle that truck, and I can handle the pump. Ben doesn't know anything about that stuff.
But we're safe in here.
For how long, honey? We're safe now. But there's going to be more and more of those things.
I know all that.
Hey, listen. Remember when we had the big flood? Remember how difficult it was for us to convince you that it was right to leave? Remember? Remember we had to go to Willard then? This isn't a passing thing, honey. It's not like just a wind passing through. We've got to do something, and fast.
I just don't want you to go out there, that's all.
Hey, Smiley. Where's that big smile for me? Boy, you're sure no use at all, aren't you? We've got work to do, honey. And you...
We better get her downstairs.
We have to go downstairs now, Barbara.
She's right. You have to go downstairs now, just for a little while, until we get back. Then we can all leave.
Oh, I'd like to leave. Yes.
I would like to leave. Yes. Look, I think I do prefer this version to the 90 remake, but I prefer the newer Barbara by Patricia Tallman. And that's crazy too, because some people say they prefer this Barbara, and I'm just like, I don't understand that. The remake is incredible. Like, it's one of the best remakes of all time. Like, I will hang my hat on that fact.
You ready upstairs? Yeah. Okay, toss them.
The remake is probably a little more in line with what you would expect from a zombie movie.
Go ahead, go on.
Tommy, come on! Get in!
Is this the greatest horror movie of all time? It'd have to be, right? Like number one? Like I can't tell you how many times I've watched it and I just don't get sick of it. It's just an incredible movie. Reused that shot from earlier though.
Come on! This key won't work. Watch it.
Watch the dart!
You gotta get away from the pump.
You don't know what your favorite horror movie is? Like, this isn't my favorite horror movie, but like the best horror movie of all time. Like the fact that it's this old, but it's held up so well. Jeepers Creepers is a great choice. Idiocracy. Great choice. It's what plants crave. Drama, Fight Club, that's a great choice. Is that really drama though? That dude's jacked. Right there. Shirtless boy. I think Fight Club is more like a thriller, maybe? I wouldn't necessarily call it an action movie. Yeah. Psychological thriller / drama, I would say. Definitely not a straight up drama though.
Drag you out there and feed you those things.
No, he's not really racist. None of the characters in this are racist, I don't think. This is a very, like, anti-racist movie. Although race is definitely one of the subtexts here. Yeah. See, this is intense for a movie from the 60s, like the zombies just eating the gross meat.
Isn't it 3 o'clock yet? There's supposed to be another broadcast at 3 o'clock.
10 minutes.
Oh, only 10 more minutes? We don't have very long to wait.
We don't have very long
We
to
can
wait.
leave. Well, we better leave soon. It's 10 minutes to 3.
You know anything about this area at all? I mean, is Willard the nearest town?
I don't know. We were just trying to get to a motel before dark.
You say those things turned your car over. You think we can get it back on its wheels and drive it? Where is it?
Seems like it was pretty far away. Seems like we ran.
Forget it. It's at least a mile.
Johnny has the keys.
You're gonna carry that child a mile through that army of things out there?
I can carry the kid. What's wrong with her? How'd she get hurt?
One of those things grabbed her.
Bit her on the arm.
What's wrong?
Who knows what kind of disease those things carry? Is she conscious?
Barely.
She can't walk. She's too weak.
Well, one of us could try to get to the car.
You gonna turn it over by yourself?
You can't start the car. Johnny has the keys.
You have a car? Where? Where is it?
You won't be able to start it.
Yeah, I know. But where is it?
Heh.
Good Lord.
Being monitored closely by scientists at all the radiation detection stations. At this hour, they report the level of the mysterious radiation continues to increase steadily. So long as this situation remains, government spokesmen warn that dead bodies will continue to be transformed into the flesh-eating ghouls. All persons who die during this crisis, from whatever cause, will come back to life to seek human victims unless their bodies are first disposed of by cremation. Our news cameras have just returned from covering such a search and destroy operation against the ghouls, this one conducted by Sheriff Conan McClellan in Butler County, Pennsylvania. So now let's go to that film report. All law enforcement agencies and the military have been organized to search out and destroy the marauding ghouls. The Survival Command Center at the Pentagon has disclosed that a ghoul can be killed by a shot in the head or a heavy blow to the skull. Officials are quoted as explaining that since the brain of a ghoul has been activated by the radiation, the plan is kill the brain and you kill the ghoul.
Want anything from the supply wagon, Gus?
No, we're all right.
Look at him just with the cigars on his hat.
We don't want it getting up again.
Chief McClellan, how's everything going?
Oh, things aren't going too bad. Men are taking it pretty good. You want to get on the other side of the road over there?
Chief, do you think we'll be able to defeat these things?
Well, we killed 19 of them today right in this area. Those last 3 we caught trying to claw their way into an abandoned shed. They must have thought somebody was in there. There wasn't, though. We heard them making all kind of noise. We came over and beat them off, blasted them down.
Seems to
soon as you're finished, can I see you here?
Yeah, okay.
Chief, if I were surrounded by 6 or 8 of these things, would I stand a chance with them?
Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot him in the head. That's a sure way to kill him. If you don't, get yourself a club or a torch. Beat him or burn him. They go up pretty easy.
Well, Chief McClellan, how long do you think it will take you until you get the situation under control?
Well, that's pretty hard to say. We don't know how many of them there are. We know when we find them, we can kill them.
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Well, in time, would you say
They're
that
dead.
people rather
They're
than
all
24
messed up.
hours?
Well,
I need to sample that for some gore
we know
grind.
we'll be into it most of the night, probably into the early morning. We're working our way toward Willard, and we'll team up with the National Guard over there, and then we'll be able to give a more definite view.
Thank you very much, Chief McClellan. This is Bill Cardill, WIC TV 11 News.
Thank you, Bill, for that report. Official spokesman declined to speculate just how long it may take to kill off all the flesh eaters, so long as the heavy rain...
Is the fuse box in the cellar?
I don't know. It isn't the fuse. The power lines are down. Helen, I have to get that gun.
Haven't you had enough?
What? 2 people are dead already on account of that guy. Take a look out that window.
This is the part that's harder to explain with the zombie lore, like them using the clubs and stuff.
Go ahead. You want to stay up here now? Helen, get in the cellar. Get in the cellar now. Move!
Dickhead deserved it. Fuck you, Cooper. In the 1990 remake, they have a gunfight together. Ben and Cooper. in this one they are, just because they're so fresh. They're not smart per se. It's more like they've maintained just a semblance of basic reason, like that, nothing more than that. And that's only some of them that can do it. Johnny. I always loved this part as a kid. They got that actor for that zombie. That one. They got him back to film the new scenes. He looks pretty close to how he does. He's just a little heavier. That one right there. Get absolutely destroyed, Cooper. Is that a theremin as well? Yeah, so if I were to do a version of this that's connected to Dawn of the Dead, like you join the movies together, it'd be this part gets connected to the helicopter scene in Dawn of the Dead, and you'd cut it all together. Like, that's what I wanted to do. Like, I will do it, just as a little project for myself one day. Although you couldn't show it, not on Twitch or anything, because Dawn of the Dead's actually copyrighted. But you could
Hey, Vince, Al,
stream it on
we want to
Discord.
get about 4 or 5 men and a couple dogs. There's a house over here behind those trees. We want to go check it out.
Frank,
You
you
stay here, Bill.
Yeah, Chief, we're going to stay with it till we meet up with the National Guard.
Where'd you get the coffee?
One of the volunteers, you're doing all the work, you take it.
Thank you. We should be wrapped up here about 3 or 4 more hours. We'll probably get into Willard then. I guess you can go over there and meet the National Guard. Nick, you and the rest of these men want to come with me?
Well, Bill, I'm checking the office, see what's happening. All right, Steve, tell them we're going to stay with it, and everything appears to be under control.
They need you down there by the barn. Some of you guys can follow the wagon down. I only need a few men to check out the house. Somebody had a cookout here, Vince.
Yeah, sure looks like it, Tom.
He's the dead one. Get up here. Nick, Tony, Steve, you want to get out in that field and build me a bonfire? You, drag that out of here and throw it on the fire. Nothing down here. All right, go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house.
There's something there. I heard a noise.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes. Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
Why wouldn't you call out? Just a little, hey, I'm alive in here. Is anybody out there? Yo, don't shoot. I'm alive in here. Please don't shoot.
All right, send the wagon through directly out over.
It's crazy. Everybody dies. I think I like the remake ending better because Barbara actually lives. Barbara fights she basically fights her way out. Whereas in this one, everybody just dies. And there you have it, folks. Night of the Living Dead. It's a bummer of an ending because everybody dies, but in a way, it's sort of, it makes it more harrowing. It makes it more impactful. Like, it wasn't very often back then that horror movies would kill the entire cast. Like, there would always be like the survivor that lived. There's that zombie and Ben.
Hey, Randy, light these torches over here. Back, way in the back.
And that's the end of the movie, folks. That's Night of the Living Dead. You know, what's actually crazy to me, Night of the Living Dead has a 7.8 rating on Internet Movie Database. I would have thought it would be higher than that, honestly. Yeah, so Night of the Living Dead, 7.8 out of 10 with 148,000 ratings. Its popularity, I think it's, if that chart is to be believed, it's it's around about 1,273 in terms of most popular movies, best rated on Night of the Living Dead. So, I mean, on Internet Movie Database. So, I think that's probably a pretty high rating for a movie like that. Trivia. So it shares the same rating with Dawn of the Dead. So that's 1273. And this is 2054. How would you rate Night of the Living Dead? Probably like a 9 out of 10. Oh, create an account. Go fuck yourself. Alright, trivia. This is one of the most profitable independent movies ever made. Made for $114,000. Equivalent to $977,841 in 2024. It grossed approximately $30 million, equivalent to $257 million over 263 times its budget. When the writers decided to base the film on zombies, they brainstormed about what would be the most shocking thing for the zombies to do to people and decided on cannibalism. When the zombies are eating the bodies in the burnt out truck, they were actually eating roast ham covered in chocolate sauce. The filmmakers joked that it was so nausea-inducing that it was almost a waste of time putting the makeup on the zombies as they ended up looking pale and sick anyway. The US movie rating system was instituted on November the 1st, 1968. The film, released October 1st, 1968, is one of the last films released in the US without a rating. When discussing the film for Bravo's 100 Scariest Movie Moments 2004, George A. Romero said that the moment they finished editing the film in Pittsburgh, they put the reels into the cans, threw it into the trunk of the car, and drove straight to New York City that night in hopes of having it screened at any willing theater. Spoilers. The zombie hand that Tom hacks up with a kitchen knife was made of clay and filled with chocolate syrup. Oh, that's the one where he cuts the fingers off of. Barbara, Judith O'Day, was originally meant to be the sole survivor of the zombies' onslaught. This idea is incorporated into the remake of Night of the Living Dead 1990. Originally, one idea for the script called for Harry Cooper to die from the gunshot wound received from Ben before his daughter became a zombie, which would have resulted in Helen coming down the stairs to find him eating their daughter, rather than the daughter eating him. It was decided that this would probably be far too disturbing and graphic and was changed back to the idea of the daughter becoming a zombie first. The matricide scene was accomplished by having Kira Sean stab repeatedly into an off-screen pillow with a trowel while a member of the effects crew threw chocolate syrup, used as fake blood for a black and white film, onto the wall. These scenes were looped with scenes of Marilyn Eastman screaming. The trowel used in the scene was purchased online years later and is now in a private collection. Imagine owning that. In the script's original ending, the posse that finds the farmhouse travels through the cemetery seen in the opening moments, and they come across both the car Barbara drove into the tree and even Johnny's body. John A. Russo points out this was changed after they decided to have Johnny come back in the end as a zombie. The social commentary on racism some have seen in this film: a black man holding up in a house with a white woman, a posse of whites shooting a black man in the head without first checking to see if he was a zombie, was never intended. According to the filmmakers, Dwayne Jones was simply the best actor for the part of the Ben, which in a way is the most anti-racist way of approaching it. They simply cast him not because he was black, but because he was the best actor for the job. In the documentary birth of the living dead, Gale Ann Hurd, producer of the television series The Walking Dead, admitted the series was greatly influenced by this film. Obviously. Are you kidding? How could it not be? Is that even a piece of trivia? Like, one wouldn't exist without the other. They used this film as the blueprint for the zombies in their TV show. For example, the zombies in the series were not allowed to move any faster than the very first zombie seen in Night of the Living Dead, that of the cemetery zombie. The zombie rules of the TV series is modeled after the film, such as everyone alive is infected, and whoever dies for whatever reason besides severe brain trauma will be reanimated. A zombie can only die one way, destroying the brain. When Ben moves the body upstairs to another room, its face is intact. This was, in fact, Kira Shon who doubled as the upstairs body, as it was felt that a mannequin would look too unrealistic. The filmmakers were accused of being satanically inspired by Christian fundamentalist groups for their portrayal of the undead feeding on the flesh, and of the Cooper's zombie child, Kira, played by Kira Shon, attacking her mother. Cooper keeps insisting that they should lock themselves in the basement, but Ben refuses because there are no exits there in case the zombies break through. Cooper later orders Helen to go back down into the basement in the third act anyway, wanting to keep her safe. At this point, their daughter has become a zombie and kills her. The double irony is that if Helen had stayed upstairs, she probably would have survived, and that Ben survives by locking himself in the basement, which he desperately tried to avoid. Isn't it all about the Vietnam War? I have read several things about that it was an allegory for the Vietnam War as well. So that's a valid point. I think Night of the Living Dead is such a beautiful movie because you can interpret the story in a variety of different ways, and you can interpret a lot of subtext from that as well, obviously. John A. Russo asks Carl Hardman how he takes it that audiences cheer when Ben kills his character near the end of the film. I take it as a tribute to my acting ability, the actor says. That's a good way of approaching it. Judith O'Dea had one theory about Barbara. Rather than viewing her as a screaming woman, O'Dea theorizes that Barbara had to retreat into her own mind to cope with what was going on, but would eventually get over her trauma and help everyone. She does ultimately try to help as the zombies are breaking into the house, but she's quickly killed. Yeah, I really prefer Patricia Tallman's interpretation of Barbara in the 1990 remake. A popular debate is whether or not the policeman killing Ben at the end really was accidental, as per all the political theories that this film has spawned. Ben may very well be a car thief. He first arrives in a pickup truck he doesn't own, one which, he tells Barbara, he had hopped into to listen to the radio. Later, when Barbara mentions her abandoned car but adds that she doesn't have the keys, Ben suggests he doesn't need keys to start the vehicle. Well, that's a bit of a reach, I suppose. Yeah, that's trivia for Night of the Living Dead. What a fantastic movie.